Okay, at this point you all have passed Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and Trig. Shut. So I'm not going to spend worlds of time talking about equations of lines because I trust you know them. But I am going to remind you because you may have forgotten. Okay, so there's a form called slope-intercept. What's slope-intercept form of a line?
It's y minus y1. Equals.
Okay. Good. It's whatever is mx plus b, right?
I was thinking the L.
So I'm going to call this thing L of x today. You guys probably used to call it y, right?
Yes.
But we're thinking in function land, right? So this is a function named L that takes x's. And the way it takes x's is it multiplies them by m and then adds b.
Because my initials up when I take x's.
Okay. What's m
He
here?
doesn't.
That's the slope.
That's the slope. Good. And what's b?
Y-intercept.
That's the y-intercept, or the vertical shift, right? You guys all see that? That's why we call it slope-intercept form, right? Because it's the one where the slope and the intercept are right there waiting for you to grab. Crazy, right? Anybody remember point slope?
It involves.
That's the one.
Oh, is that the y2 minus?
Yeah.
So that's 2 points. The one with the slope written out explicitly as rise over run is the 2-point form.
Okay.
But what's point slope? This one has the slope in it, right?
AX.
AX plus B.
Yeah, equals.
C.
Yep.
What?
What?
There's the y.
Okay, so this is a different form where L of x is m times the quantity x minus x naught
Y.
plus y naught.
What?
You guys maybe write this one sometimes as y minus y naught is m
Yep.
x minus x naught.
Does the B disappear in that one? There's no.
Yeah, where's the b in this one? If you distribute this thing through and then combine the constant terms, you'll get that one. That's cool. So the reason that this one's here, that I like this one's got the slope right out front, yeah? And then, what else is readily visible?
Y-intercept.
The y-intercept's harder, right? Because I'd have to multiply the m through and then combine like terms. But what is readily visible is this guy, which is a point that this thing passes through. So for instance, if I, this guy's great, right? If I've got a slope and the intercept laying around, I can just put them together and make a formula. This guy's great if I've got a slope and a point just laying around, I can stick it in. You guys see that? Otherwise, I'd have to do some solving for b, right? You guys remember that? And 2-point is really easy. 2-point is just point slope where you write what m is. So that's L of x is, I'm just going to leave some space for m, times x minus x naught plus y naught. And then what goes in for slope? How do you calculate slope? Rise over run, right? So you do like y1 minus y0 over x1 minus x0.
Sure.
Right? So this one's good when you have 2 points laying around. What's up, Owen?
What does it mean for a variable to be not?
Oh, I'm just decorating it. It's a number I know.
Oh, okay.
So if it's, so like the problem gives you a point and you're trying to mess with it, or it tells you to do something with it.
Yeah, for example, you guys want an example?
Yes.
Does that help? So here's an example. Find the equation of a line through, what's your favorite point? 172?
Well, that's
Yes.
right. Sure, why not?
With slope I don't know, my favorite numbers are 2 over 7.
See,
That's my favorite numbers.
They're everybody's favorite, of course.
Are they? Oh.
Yeah.
2 and 7.
27 is actually my favorite.
Mine's
Like
too.
that.
Okay, so how do I do this?
I can't see red. Going slow.
You can't see red.
No, not from back here.
Oh, sure.
Come on, it's chairs.
It's okay. They won't bite.
He would know.
Okay, how do I find the equation of slope?
You write out point slope, but you know some given value, so you write them
Good. I just go find point slope in my head, right? Okay, pick this thing up, drag it over. So it's L of x is some m thing, some x minus something plus something, right? And then what bits do I know?
Slope.
The slope's 2 over 7, right? So I shove 2 over 7 in for m. Then what's the x of the point I know? 1. So I plug that in for x naught, right? All x naught means is the starting point, or the starting x value, right? So what's y naught? 72. So I throw that on the end. What's the only hard part about this thing? Yeah, don't bother to distribute. This is good. I'm done with this.
Wait, what?
Done.
Because that's the equation you're not
Because that's the equation in the line.
You don't want to solve.
Solve for what? It's an
Okay.
equation.
But would you have 2 over 7 x minus 2 over 7 plus 72?
You lost the slope. You have the slope right now.
Sure. But there's no reason to. This is just as good a form for a line as that one, right? It's a different form. If I asked you to find the slope-intercept equation of a line, right, then you've got a little work to do from here. We distribute, combine like terms. But if I just ask you for an equation of a line, boom, done, check, end of day.
So
Hang on. These things are super handy because this happens all the time in calculus class. Because I always know that I have a place to get slopes, right? From that derivative thing we've been talking about. So I have a tool to go for to find this guy. And then I know how to find a point on a graph, right? It's just an x comma f of x pair. So this is pretty easy once I get to a land where I can get slopes for free. You guys see that? All right, what was your question on?
So 2 point is literally point slope, but m is represented.
Good. 2 point is literally point slope, except that instead of starting with a known slope, I had to build a slope, right? You will not see me ever remember this one, right? Because if I've got 2 points and I'm looking for the equation of a line, the first thing I'm going to do is go calculate the slope, and then I'm going to use this one anyway. You guys see that? So I would not recommend that you put this anywhere in your head. Your book doesn't even write this one down. I just want you to know that it doesn't exist. Cool? Questions? What's
Alright, so the dew point, once you find the slope, you just throw which of the random points in?
Yeah,
One of
pick
the
one.
two?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, if you're doing 2 point and you have 2 points, which one is x naught and y naught, and which one is x1 and y1 matters not at all. Cool? Questions, thing? Other stuff?
So you could have multiple answers then?
Yeah, so there's multiple forms for an answer.
Forms.
I don't care which one you give me.
Okay.
I will sort that out. Cool? If I tell you to give me a specific one, obviously I want that. But yeah, in general, if I say an equation,